What's up people? In today's video, I'll be showing you how to take your backrooms from this terrible, ugly, disgusting, boring, actually okay, but a bit rubbish render to this. Using 5, I think, very simple tricks that you can just add now. Go, watch.
So step 1 is to install Blender. Go to the Blender website, click download and download Blender. Once Blender is downloaded, install it. Click OK. Now you've installed Blender, open it up, go to YouTube and watch this easy backrooms tutorial I made for beginners.
How's it going, people?
Shut up, dude. If you followed that tutorial properly, you should have managed to make your own backrooms environment. However, this backrooms environment will look very simple and a little bit boring. Kind of not realistic. Let's fix that now. To start, we're going to make some procedural materials. Go to the shading tab, look at your boring old material, and let's start by adding a texture coordinate and mapping node by pressing Shift A and searching for their names. Texture coordinate. Connect object into vector. Now drag from the mapping vector and search for noise texture. Drag from factor and search for color ramp. Drag from color and search for mix color. Now replace the current color node with your new color node. You can see we've created this randomized texture. Decrease the scale value until you have a large blotchy patches. Increase the detail to 15. Increase the roughness to 0.7. Slide this white value to the left to brighten things up and the black value to the right to darken the dark patches. This is going to become our roughness. Dark patches become wet as the backrooms has a damp floor. Now we can connect our original roughness into the bottom of the mix node and now we have randomized roughness. Feel free to change these by eye. Next we're going to take our color texture and connect it to a HSV node. We're going to connect that to base color. Next we're going to desaturate our texture and darken it. Set the mix node to mix. Now click on your walls and click on the wall material. We're going to create the exact same setup as before. Textual coordinate into object, into vector, vector into vector with our noise texture, factor into color ramp, into the mix node, and then we're going to mix our original texture into the mix node. Set the color of this mix node to yellow or orange. This is your final color plus some dirt for the wall. Change the factor to whatever you want. This is your new and improved wall texture. Next we're going to add some dirt and rubble to the floor. Click on your floor object, go to modifiers, add modifier, scatter on surface. Next we're going to go add mesh plane, put it somewhere visible, press question mark to go into focus mode, go into edit mode, face select, click on the face, click this face, right click subdivide and repeat 3 times. Now go into top orthographic view, into vertex select, enable proportional editing, and select a vertex and just start moving things randomly. This is just a piece of rubble, it doesn't really matter. Feel free to dissolve some of the edges if you want to be more efficient. Go into object mode, press question mark to come out of focus mode, decrease the size of this by 0.02. In object mode press Ctrl A, apply scale. Now go back to your floor and select this as the random object. Now throw that into space so it's not in your scene. Click back on the floor and we're going to click on transform and increase the surface offset to 0.001. Then we're going to enable randomize, set Z to 180, set scale to 0.75 and then change density to whatever you'd like. If you like less or more. I'm going to choose 0.2. Next go to the compositing workspace, press Shift A and search for sensor noise. Press Shift A, search for vignette, press Shift A and search for glare. Press Shift E to duplicate and create another glare. Change this one to bloom. Press Shift A and add a HSV node. Press Shift A and search for a lens distortion node. This should do for your compositing. Now go into your layout workspace, press this camera button on the right and press the padlock button so that you can move around the scene with your camera. Move your camera where you want your first rendered image to be. Now go to render settings on the right, set render samples to around 400, enable shadows, enable ray tracing, denoising and fast GI approximation. Now go up to the render button in the top left and click render image. Wait for the image to render. Now it's rendered, go back to the compositing tab where you can tweak the values of all your nodes to get a better look. Vignette sucks, so I'm going to change the factor way down and increase the feather to max. I'm going to decrease the strength of my glares, it looks unrealistic. Then I'm going to increase distortion and toggle fit. Now I'm going to lower saturation as well as factor. Next, I'm going to increase luminance noise slightly. This isn't a bad final look for your Backrooms render, but you can still do more. To improve the lighting, change the render engine to cycles. In render, change the samples to 55 and toggle denoise. Now rerun your render. Wait for about 5 millennia. This is the final render setup. Now, to make a realistic animation, go to Edit, Preferences, Get Extensions, and search for Shakeify. Install this add-on. Now go back to Camera View, enable the padlock. Now select your camera in the hierarchy, press G to move it, choose your starting position. In Layout View, after you've moved your camera, press I to save the position. Now go to the end of your animation, frames, move your camera forwards to where you want it, and press I again. In Camera Settings, Data, scroll down to Shakeify, press plus, and now you have realistic camera shake add. Go into Camera View and press spacebar to check out the final version. Feel free to animate the camera even more to turn around and do more interesting things rather than just walking in a straight line. After that, go to Output Settings, change media type from image to video, and choose an output destination. Now is a good time to probably decrease your render samples or try rendering in Eevee because cycles will literally take you 24 hours. I'm going to render to 25 samples for now. Go up to render and click render animation. If you render in cycles, it will look a lot better, but it will take you a very long time.